Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air. It's game 2 of this 3-game interleague matchup. Just a few hours west or east of Chicago in Detroit, Michigan. It's the Tigers and it's the Cubs. It's game 2 of this 3-game series. Welcome in, everybody, as we get ready as the Cubs look to extend their 3-game win streak. They look to stay hot. They look to make it more wins after the trade deadline. They look to get closer to the Brewers in the division. They look to get farther lead in that wild card, maybe even catch the Phillies for the first wild card spot. So much at stake as we go into these final weeks of the regular season. And tonight they're coming off a somewhat scary win last night, a 7-6 win against these Detroit Tigers. But for now, we got game 2. We'll talk about this game, preview it, lineup, starting pitching, all that after a quick 30-second break. Welcome back. We're going to break down this matchup. Let's first start with the Cubs. Where's their success been coming from? One big story has been Seiya Suzuki. He's been red hot ever since he sat out for a couple of games after his struggles. He came out red hot, homered last night. So he's going to be a key guy, hopefully again tonight, batting 6th and playing in right field, as he always does. Tonight, the Cubs go up against the right-hander for the Tigers, Reese Olson. Against righties, the Cubs have not been too shabby, 45-40. Tomorrow, they go up against the lefty, where they're 20-19, but have struggled recently. But for now, righty today, 45-40 against right-handed starting pitchers. Last night, they were able to pull out a one-run game to improve to 16-15 in one-run games this season. So it's been a pretty even draw in that category. Night games, random stat I pulled. The Cubs are 38-30 in night games. Must like playing under the lights or something. But as I mentioned, they're riding a 3-game winning streak. They're playing great baseball. 4th best record in the big league since the All-Star break. The offense has been on fire as they've moved up to 13th in the MLB in homers. They've limited the strikeouts a bit, and they're also stealing bases, 6th most stolen bases in the MLB. A lot of credit to the bullpen, a lot of credit to the starting pitching, a lot of credit to the offense, some credit to David Ross. Everything has been going right for the Cubs, and they look to continue that tonight, coming in 2.5 games back of the Milwaukee Brewers and a half game up on the Giants for that second NL wildcard spot. Before we go to that, let's talk about the Cubs starting pitcher tonight. It is Drew Smyly. He's a former Tiger, spent his first 3 years in the majors with Detroit, followed by 3 years with the Rays, 1 year with Texas, 1 year with Philadelphia, 1 year with San Francisco, 1 year with Atlanta. That happened to be 2021 when the Braves won the World Series. And here he is in his 2nd year with the Cubs. So he's been pretty much everywhere. This year, it's been a shaky patch lately. He's been from starter to bullpen, he's had 5 bullpen appearances this season in 26 games. 9-8 with a 4.92 ERA overall and 122 2/3 innings pitched. Racks up 112 strikeouts. Walks have been an issue lately. He's got 40 total on the season. And another interesting thing I found, 6 hit by pitches, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a career high for him. He's had a few seasons where he hasn't hit a single guy. So that's a little interesting to see from the left-handed Drew Smyly. 11-4, as I said, when he won the World Series with the Braves in 2021. That was his best season. All right, let's go to the Detroit Tigers, the home team tonight. They had their 2-game winning streak broken up last night in that 7-6 loss. One key for them has been scoring first. They're 40-18 when they score first, 17-50 when they let the opponent score first. Cubs scored first last night, ended up winning the ball game. But overall, the Tigers come in at 57-68. And you know how that AL Central is. Nobody's really that spectacular. So the Tigers, although they are 11 games under 500, they're only 8 games back for first place in the division, but 13 games back in the wild card. So unless they go on some crazy run and get the Twins to lose a couple of games, this is a young Tigers team that will be missing out in the playoffs a lot. But however, they have a good farm system, got a lot of good young guys on the team right now, and the future looks bright for the Detroit Tigers. Tonight, their starting pitcher, Reese Olson, number 45, he's 2-5 with a 4.83 ERA and 61.1 innings pitched, 34 earned runs allowed. And the last 5 games for him, nothing to complain about, 24 2/3 innings. However, he gave up 30 hits and 17 runs in that span. All 17 of those runs have been earned. But 2 starts ago against Minnesota in a 3-0 Tigers win, he was able to get 6 innings of 2-hit, 0-run baseball, and he racked up 8 strikeouts. So, he can rack up those strikeouts. One thing he does is he does walk quite a few people. He's got, 9 walks over his last 5 appearances. But for a young righty, that the Tigers are looking to build around, a good base season. However, he did get roughed up last time out, 2.2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. So looking for a bounce back start for him tonight. Against right-hand hitters, it's been an even mix. He strikes out righties less. However, he walks righties less. He gives up homers more to righties. However, the on-base plus slugging is down against righties, and the whip is down against righties. Cubs have a lot of righties in their lineup, and that's just kind of how it works out. And as I said, we'll see what ends up happening tomorrow with the lefty going for the Tigers. But all things to think about coming into this game. 15th appearance on the season for Reese Olson. 12th start of the Major League career tonight against the Cubs. First pitch right around the corner. We're going to take another short break. Cubs-Tigers begins when we return. As we bring it back for first pitch here at Comerica Park, I have a shout-out request, Elite Gaming and more. Go check out his channel. Cubs come to bat first here at Comerica Park. Opened in 2000. I visited a few years ago. Nice-looking ballpark. I'd say it's kind of underrated. 4,083 people, the max capacity. Tonight, beautiful day for a ball game. 76 degrees and sunny in the Motor City. The Cubs lineup. Mike Tauchman leads it off. The Palatine Pounder. This guy's come out of nowhere. Former Yankee, former Rocky, and former Giant before he came here in the Cubs. And he's been a big part of their success. Long at bats. Will get on base. Nico Hoerner. This guy's been hot. Ian Happ still in that 3 spot. A lot of criticism around that, but a big triple, which led to a Cody Bellinger RBI single for some insurance last night. As Bellinger back in the cleanup spot, Swanson batting 5th. Seiya Suzuki, he's hot as well. Plenty of hot bats in this Cubs lineup. He bats 6th, followed by Jeimer Candelario, who came over the trade deadline batting 7th, and then Christopher Morel, followed by the catcher Miguel Amaya to round it out. As Mike Tauchman steps up to the plate, Reese Olson, he features a fastball, slider, changeup, curveball. Fastball and sliders, two main pitches. Left-handed Tauchman steps in against the right-handed Olson. Umpires for tonight, Jansen Viscotti behind the plate, John Bacon at first, Corey Blazer at second, and then Carlos Torres at third. Sun begins to set. Jansen Viscotti says play ball. And the first pitch of the ball game is taken for a strike right at the knees by Mike Tauchman. A guy that's been under the radar for most of his career, but kind of sprang out of nowhere this year. Here's the 0-1, and Tauchman takes another strike on the outer edge. 0-2 the count, but Tauchman, game-saving catch against the Cardinals a couple of weeks ago. That really was a big turning point in this Cubs season. They've had plenty of exciting plays such as that. 0-2. Tried to triple up on that fastball, elevated it there. At the letters, Tauchman watches it go. That's 1-2. Tauchman batting .271 with 7 homers and 65 hits, and he checks his swing on a ball that hits him. And Tauchman strikes out on 4 pitches. Back foot slider. Slider that he features a lot as Olson gets Tauchman to chase, kind of a half-hearted swing. Yeah, that hit his back ankle. That is the definition of a back foot slider. Now Nico Hoerner. First pitch taken for a strike, so Olson pump in the zone early on. Hoerner right back in for the 0-1. Olson working fast. Slider darting down and away. Nico watches it go. Olson, you see so many more people now with the pitch clock working fast, but Olson's working way ahead of the pitch clock. He got rid of that pitch with 7 seconds. In the dirt it goes, however. It's 2-1. Nico Hoerner batting .280. Leads the team in many categories. He's an on-base machine. 2-1. Hoerner flies one. Left field. In a few steps is Matt Vierling. And with 2 hands, he squeezes out number 2. 8 pitches. 2 outs for Olson. Good time to look at the Tigers' defense. Matt Vierling's in left. The rookie made his debut last night. Parker Meadows in center. Kerry Carpenter, he's got a hot bat. He's in right field. McKinstry, Zach Short, Andy Ibanez, and then Spencer Torkelson around the infield. Battery tonight, it's Rogers and Olson. Switch hitting Ian Happ goes in from the left side, and the ball appeared to be down. Called a strike by Viscotti. Good frame job there by Rogers to make it look better than it was. Happ was a rare DH last night as Tauchman got the start in left field for him. That one just a bit down and away on the fastball at 95. It's 1-1. Olson with an efficient 2 outs. Happ looking to hold that here. Setting up on the outside corner is Rogers. And pretty identical to that last pitch. And the same result, another ball that just missed. It's 2-1. Happ a big swing. That looks like a changeup there from Rogers. Happ comes up empty. It's 2-2. Ian Happ over his career has been better from the left side. But this season it's been better from the right. And this time he is down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the first inning for Reese Olson as he painted the outer edge there to get Happ looking. Cubs go down 1-2-3 in the first for the second straight night. Tigers come to bat for the first time when we come back. Welcome back as we get set for the bottom of the first here in Detroit. As the Tigers come to bat for the first time tonight. We'll break down their lineup in a moment, but first, the Tigers tonight last night began a 10-game homestand. 3 here against the Cubs, and they go 3 against the Houston Astros, and then they get a bit of a break with the struggling New York Yankees. Tonight's the only season of the series between these two. Two teams last met in 2021. Cubs won that series 2-3, but the Tigers have seemed to own the Cubs in the overall series, as the Tigers overall against the Cubs are 20-12. Tigers offense, it's been strange. When they score 5 or more runs, they're 37-14. Scoring 4 or less runs, they're 20-54. So scoring tonight will be a key. Vierling, Ibanez, Torkelson, Carpenter, Rogers, Miguel Cabrera, Baez, the former Cub, Short, and Meadows, the lineup for the Tigers tonight. And the first pitch to the righty, Matt Vierling. From the lefty, Drew Smyly, in for a strike. Curveball, fastball, cutter from Smyly. Curveball 47% of the time, fastball 40% of the time, and if he needs it, the cutter at 12%. There's the big bender from the veteran left-hander Smyly. Big cut, big miss from Vierling. That's 0-2. 0-2, Amaya sets up low, and he got it in the dirt. Pretty non-competitive pitch there. For Vierling, he was named the Tigers' Heart and Hustle nominee here in 2023. Chosen based on their passion for the game. Work ethic, all that. At 267 this year. That's a good-looking pitch on a curveball. It just missed a bit low. Not an easy take there from Vierling. Smyly with a deep breath, ready to deliver the 2-2. He shakes off, and now comes forward from the windup. Pitch, and it's grounded to short. Dansby Swanson on the bounce. Delivers to Cody Bellinger, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the first. Good work from Smyly to get the leadoff guy there on 5 pitches, and now in comes Andy Ibanez. First pitch to him outside. Tigers with a lot of right-handed hitters in their lineup tonight, stacked up against that lefty Smyly. 1-0. Curveball, Ibanez hits this one well in the air to left. Then it's 1-0 Tigers as it clears the bullpen. Hanging curveball, and Ibanez didn't miss it. His 8th this season puts the Tigers in front early. Another first inning run given up by Smyly. He struggled against righties. The righties hit off that curveball. And that's just what we see there. And unfortunately for the Cubs, the Tigers are 40-18 when they score first. Now you got to deal with Spencer Torkelson. First pitch to Torque, a bit low. In the dirt. And Smyly's struggling with his command early on, which we have become accustomed to, it seems. He's been good out of the bullpen this year, but when he gets the starts, different story. 2-0 to the red-hot Torkelson. Curveball at the knees, called a strike. Two 2-1 to Torkelson. That ball was actually higher than the last one, but it was called a ball, and this has already been a pretty inconsistent zone from Jansen Visconti. Torkelson 4 for 5 with a double and a homer last night, 3-1. And that's ball 4 outside, and Smyly allows another walk, number 41 on the season. He's averaged a walk every, let's see, He's averaged a walk about every 3 innings. Which, when you look at how he's come out of the bullpen and all that, when you put it together, it's not good. And you got to go with Kerry Carpenter. He's been on a tear lately as well. First pitch right down the middle on that fastball. Called strike. It's 0-1. For Carpenter, hit his 19th homer of the season last night. Home run number 8th. Home run number 8 in August. Tied for the American League lead. Big cut on the curveball there. Comes up empty. 0-2. Torkelson's at first after the 1-out walk. Tigers lead 1-0 on the Andy Ibanez solo homer to left center. 18-game on-base streak for Carpenter, and that one spiked, and off a good read, Torkelson's going to be able to advance to second. That should be a wild pitch. It is. And now the Tigers with yet another guy in scoring position. Smiley struggled on these non-competitive. He's tried to, an 0-2 pitch, you don't want anything in the zone. But you got to give him something at least somewhat competitive. That one was 3 feet out in front of the plate. 1-2. That was competitive. And he got the chase from Carpenter, who kind of checked his swing and actually got a piece of it. We'll do the 1-2 over. So the Tigers already making Smiley work here in this first inning. Already 16 pitches. Number 17 upcoming. Torkelson's on second. Carpenter's at the plate. Smiley checks the runner and delivers. Hard grounder through the hole right field. Suzuki comes up firing, and it's way offline. 2-0 Tigers. Kerry Carpenter, an RBI single. What else did you expect from Drew Smiley? What else did you expect? The sad thing is Stroman is hurt. But it's just weird how they think that Drew Smiley is a better option than Hayden Wesneski is a starter again, or I think it's Wick from AAA. 1-0. Curveball to the catcher, Rogers. He's had a bad go out of it this season. The right-handed bat catching tonight. 0 for 4 last time out in his last 10 games, batting a dismal 139. 1-1 here. Outer edge on the curve. And it's 1-2. On that hit from Carpenter, it was another 2-strike pitch that Smiley left in that strike zone. He just has not been able to execute any pitches yet. They've either been too non-competitive or way too competitive. Pitch number 21 for Drew here in the first inning, and it's the 1-2. Little tapper foul. Tigers are doing a good job getting bats to balls and not going away easily in these at-bats. They've had discipline takes. Nothing's gone Smiley's way. Nothing's gone his way in a long time. 1-2. Popped him up. Center field. Tauchman makes the play, ranging to his left. And Carpenter will return to first. So Rogers flies out, and it's out number 2. Here in the first. First in which the Tigers have already put 2 on the board. The Ibanez solo homer and a Kerry Carpenter RBI single. walks. That walk came back to kill Smiley, and then the wild pitch. But now we get a look at Miguel Cabrera. How about this guy? After this pitch, I'll read off everything there is to know about Miguel Cabrera. Back in 251, 74 games this season. Final season. Definitely winding down as that one's outside. He's got a 2-0. But he's 3 hits shy of tied for 18th in MLB history in hits. 2 homers shy of tied for 25th in MLB history in homers. 2 doubles shy of tied for 13th in MLB history in doubles. Here's the 2-0, and Cabrera pops it up. 3 extra base hits shy of the tied for 14th in MLB history, and 2 homers shy of tied for 2nd in Tigers history. There you go. Drew Smyly gets Cabrera to pop out, and the inning is over as Hoerner made the catch. Cubs come back to the plate. The offense looks like it's going to need to be on point tonight because Drew Smyly is very clearly not. Cubs back to bat in the top of the second when we return. Welcome back to America Park at the top of the second. The Cubs come back to hit, already trailing 2-0 after Drew Smyly with another rough start to his start. 2 hits, 2 runs in the first. Solo homer from Andy Ibanez, followed by a Torkelson walk, and then a Kerry Carpenter RBI single. Cody Bellinger, the lefty, comes in against Olson here to lead off the second. 1-0 and curveball. Bellinger swinging for the fences there. But all he gets is a sound of air as he whiffed on that one. 1-1. Bellinger batting .322 coming off that torrid July. Cooled down a bit here in August, but still, what a bounce back season for him. Two-1 to Bellinger. Helmet almost flew off from that swing. Fastball at 94. Too much for Cody there. Count back even to 2-2. Cody looking for home run number 21 here in his 94th game of the year. Curveball just foul down the first base line. Good 2-strike swing there. Bellinger is an excellent 2-strike hitter. Very rarely does he strike out, especially when he was on that hot streak in July. 2-2 again. Another bouncer foul over toward the Cubs dugout. A lot of good accolades to Bellinger's name. MVP, Rookie of the Year, 2-time All-Star, World Series champ, NLCS MVP, Silver Slugger, and Gold Glove winner. Think back to his days with the Dodgers. 2-2. Strike 3 called right at the knees, and it's the third strikeout in 4 batters. for Reese Olson. I mentioned in the open, he will pump up those strikeout numbers, and that's exactly what the case has been. I also talked about in the open how the Cubs have been limiting those strikeouts as of late. Again, not the case today. They have the 11th most strikeouts in the big leagues as Dansby Swanson hits one hard to center, coming in to make the catch is Parker Meadows. And yep, that's just the way the Cubs' luck has been already in this game. Swanson hits one 103.2 miles an hour, but right at the center fielder. Big outfield here at Comerica Park. They even brought that center field wall in a bit. Still a very big outfield. Right on right matchup here to Seiya Suzuki. Lines one back to the screen behind home plate. Suzuki on a nice hot stretch here. Homer last night. Came into the league last year over from Japan. 1-1. Low and away. This year, 13 homers, 97 hits, and 374 at-bats for Seiya. Batting .259. A lot of blue in the stands tonight. Cubby blue. As check swing, and they say Suzuki went on a pitch that bounced about 2 feet in front of the plate and was also about 2 feet in the other batter's box. 2-2. From the windup, Olson delivers. Tried to double up on that pitch. Seiya learned his lesson and has worked the count full. Pitch number 27 coming up for Reese Olson. 3-2. Fastball upstairs, and it's a 2-out walk for Seiya Suzuki. Let's see if the Cubs can do anything with that. So they have their first base runner of the day. It'll bring up the switch hitting Jeimer Candelario. Candelario came over from the Nationals at the trade deadline. One of the few moves the Cubs made at the deadline. And what's wrong? Some clock confusion here. Youth baseball, they always talk about a 2-out walks kill you. See what the Cubs can prove that point here. Candelario, the switch hitter, will bat from the left side. First pitch swing in, and he pulled off that one a bit. It's 0-1. 4 for 4 hits in his first game with the Cubs for Candelario. Sort of a recent slump for him, if you'd call it. His last couple of days. 0-1. Curveball grounded through the right side. It's a base hit into right field. Suzuki will take the turn and head to third. It's a single for Candelario, and the Cubs have him on the corners with 2 away. A walk and now a base hit. Oh no, it's going to be ruled an error. Oh my goodness. Torkelson made another error. Oh yeah, right underneath them. A very similar play to that last night, and it happened again. Just right between his legs. So now they're on the corners for Christopher Morel. Off night last night, in for the first time here tonight. Looking for a big 2-out hit here in the second, and that's a bad looking swing on that slider. Filthy slider from Olson, but still not a good swing. A 1 for Christopher. Same pitch, and he laid off of it that time. All sorts of action on that slider from Olson. Already gotten a number of chases on it. Does he go back to it for a third straight time? First to look at the runner of Candelario, and now Suzuki, and now comes set and delivers to the plate. Fastball outside. He did go back to the fastball, but yanked it too far. In August, Morel's batting just 131 with a 37% strikeout rate. One of the only highlights he's had in the month of August is that walk-off three-run homer against the White Sox. 2-1. Fastball right down the middle, and he let it go by. Count even at 2-2. Candelario should be no threat to steal, but we'll see what David Ross wants to do here with two away and a 2-2 count. Olson looks in, and Morel strikes out on a pitch in the dirt. Checked his swing, but he went around. Morel strikes out again. What else is new? The Cubs leave him on the corners. They fail to score off the 2-out walk and the air. Tigers looking to bounce on Drew Smyly even more when we come back in the bottom of the third, in the bottom of the second. Early on in games, you're often able to know whether a game's going to go, everything's going to go your way, or if everything's going to go against you. So far, in the first inning and a half, everything has gone against the Cubs. Olson has had a rare masterclass through the first 2 innings. Just a walk and an error that he's had to work around. Already 4 strikeouts. Drew Smyly, I guess this isn't really going against us just because we know that Drew Smyly has had his struggles, and no different here today. But Smyly already gave up 2 first inning runs. A few calls from Jansen Visconti have gone against the Cubs, and they failed to score with runners on the corners, 2 outs last inning. So far a game to forget for the Cubs. Still plenty of time to turn around, but they're going to need Drew Smyly to wake up. There's a ground ball on a first pitch single from Parker Meadows. Yes, Parker Meadows. They changed their lineup. I guess the thing that matters the most, Javier Baez is a scratch. I'm going to need to change my scorebook. For now, it's a single for Meadows. And now first pitch to Zach Short, and he flies this one deep to right field, and it is going to one-hop off the wall. Suzuki will quickly get it back in, and it's an RBI triple. Excuse me, it's going to be an automatic double. That's what I thought, because they have a wall above the yellow line. First pitch ambush. Oh my gosh, Drew Smyly. So they're going to be second and third, nobody out. And here's Zach McKinstry, the lefty. Smyly delivers. First pitch, line foul, left side. A 1 to McKinstry. Jam shot out toward left center. Talkman calls for it, and that's going to be a sac fly. It's 3-0 Tigers. First pitch called, strike to the leadoff guy, Matt Vierling, as the Tigers have already gone back to the top of the order. Curveball just a bit outside. Looked pretty good, but Smiley did not get the call. He's already allowed 3 runs, an inning and a third. What else would you expect? Shorts at second, Vierling at the plate, 1-1, line back to the screen. Ibanez, who hit the homer last time up, is on deck. Check on the runner. Now the delivery. It's the chase, but Vierling squibs it just foul. 1-2 coming up. Strikeout would be huge here. I mean, the Cubs bullpen has just been exhausted, but you cannot help to think that you have to leave Smiley in this game. 1-2, curveball in the dirt, no chase. And here's the thing for Smiley. He only throws 2 pitches. I mean, you know what you're going to get is the thing. It's just so predictable. And when you have a guy who's predictable in every count and who also cannot spot his pitches anywhere close, you know what's going to happen. 2-2, another foul ball. As Vierling won't go away. Smiley is a former Tiger, 3 years here in Detroit after he got drafted by the Tigers in 2010. Not having a pleasant homecoming so far. Left on right matchup, the 2-2. The infield is now completely shaded from the sun, and that's another curveball that misses in the dirt. My, oh my. Count's full. Pitch count up to 36 here for Drew. Tigers have really struggled against lefties this season, only 10-19 against left-handed starters. But Drew Smiley doesn't really count as left-handed starter. He kind of just counts as like pitching machine. 3-2 curveball in there, called strike 3. Hopefully that is maybe a bit of a momentum builder. That's all that the Cubs can hope for. Fooled him on the curveball up in the zone. That could have gone a long way if Vierling was able to connect. So the first strikeout for Smiley. And it's out number 2. Now he goes back to Andy Ibanez. 7th homer of the season, which equaled his single-season career high, and he picked up another one here tonight. Tigers Player of the Month back in June, so he's had a good season. Last 10 games, 7 for 27 as well. So a good stretch recently. Continues that here tonight with a first-inning homer. 0-1 pitch misses high. 1-1, 2 outs. Pitch number 40 upcoming for Smiley here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1. Elevated fastball, center field. Talkman is in, and he makes the catch right around his hip. Ibanez flies out to end the inning, but not before the Tigers add on one more. However, with second and third, nobody out, it could have been a lot worse. 3-0 Detroit, heading to the third. Let's see if the Cubs offense can wake up and help their pitcher out. Phillies and Giants are underway in Philadelphia. The Phillies lead that one 2-1 in the middle of the second. The Cubs have a half-game lead over the Giants for the second National League wildcard spot, while the Phillies are up 2.5 games on the Cubs for that first National League wildcard spot. So big series there. If you're a Cubs fan, it's hard to know who you're cheering for. I'm personally cheering for the Phillies here tonight because even if the Cubs lose, then the Giants still going to be a half game back of the Cubs. But you also got to look at the Diamondbacks, who's got a chance if the Cubs lose and the Diamondbacks win. The D-backs have a chance to tie for the Cubs. So just a ton of craziness happening in the wild card. Outside corner, K-Zone had it as a strike to Miguel Amaya, who leads off the top of the third. Jansen Visconti said it was ball one. Cubs will take that as Amaya swings and misses for strike one there. Maya getting the catching duties today. So they just frequently rotate him with Yan Gomes. And there's another ugly-looking hack from a Cubs hitter on that slider from Olson, who's got a Maya in a 1-2 hole. There's the slider again. Pretty non-competitive there. Maya in his first big league season. Batting .250 with 4 homers. 2-2. Setting up high was Rogers. That tailed a bit up and in, and it's a full count pitch to Amaya. Pitch number 40 for Olson here in the third inning. From the windup, Amaya pops it up right field. In a few steps and making the catch is Kerry Carpenter. And there's one down. Cubs still hitless, although they were able to get runners to the corners last inning with 2 away before Morel ultimately struck out. That was with the help of a 2-out walk and then an error. Second in as many games by the first baseman, Torkelson. Here's Mike Tauchman. First pitch curve at the knees for a strike. A 1 right on left matchup. Fastball just misses outside. Tauchman takes a lot of pitches. He's talked about how his goal is to not swing at balls. Or sometimes he does take too many strikes, which puts him a bit behind in counts. 1-1. There he swung at a ball. Checked his swing. They say he went. Says third base umpire Carlos Torres. That time the changeup from Olson. His stuff is good. As I said, 8 hits, 4 runs, and 2 2/3 innings last time out against the Twins. It's hard to see that from the way he's pitched so far tonight. Good thing for the Cubs is that pitch count's already fairly high. 1-2. So just getting to pieces. Tauchman way behind the fastball there as he was looking for that lethal slider. Tigers looking to get back to their winning ways. Tauchman, fly ball, left field. Ranging to his left and back a few steps before making the catch is Vierling. 2 flyouts to start the inning for the Cubs. It just seems kind of dead in that Cubs dugout right now. Nico Hoerner leads off the first pitch slider. Hitting the count 1-0, looking to make some 2-out magic happening with Happ on deck. Another slider, check swing, no go, says first base umpire John Bacon. That was pretty close. Hoerner at 2-0. Please don't chase at anything here, Nico. Fastball right down the middle. I would have taken a swing there. That was right in Nico's hot spot. Kind of in the lower third of the strike zone. Flew out last time up. Looking for home run number 10 on the season. Fastball fouled back. There's no solid contact yet for the Cubs. They've either been swinging and missing or swinging and just foul tipping stuff. Nobody's been able to find the barrel on Olson. Pitch number 50. It's a 2-2 with 2 away in the top of the third to Nico Hoerner. From the windup, a slider down in the dirt. Count's been worked full for the second time this inning. As I said, Happ is on deck. He struck out first time up. Hoerner looking to get on base for him here. First, Nico will use this timeout. Olson made his major league debut just back on June 2nd. He's settled in the big leagues as he gets Hoerner to swing and miss. A bit of a bobble from Rogers, but then he's able to scoop it up, throw to first, and beat Hoerner by a few steps. Strikeout number 5 for Olson ends the third. Everything going the Tigers' way so far. Another 1-2-3 inning for Olson. And the Tigers, just like that, get to come back to hit. Bruce Smiley back on the mound for the third inning. And it'd be really good to get a 3-run inning here. Or 3 up, 3 down inning. Maybe that would give the offense some confidence or something, because, I mean, not only has Smiley been terrible, but the offenses at bats have just looked absolutely outrageous. And now Torkelson flies one deep to left, sends Happ back a few steps, but in front of the track, and that one looked a little scary off the bat, but ends up as just a fly out in the books. So Smiley gets the leadoff guy. Let's see if he can build off that. In steps Kerry Carpenter. Had a 13-game hit streak come to an end the other night in Cleveland. Still riding an 18-game on-base streak, though. First pitch outside. It's 1-0. Smiley quickly back on. And that's strike one in the southern part of the zone. Hit a spot there. That's a good pitch from Smiley. His fastballs on the low outside corner are hard to hit. It's just a matter of if he can execute it. There's a curveball down and in. That's another pitch that's hard to hit. He spotted that one nicely. It's 1-2. Reds in action later tonight against the Angels. Brewers in action later tonight against the Twins at 7:10. The Reds-Angels game's at 8:38 Central, all Central time. Carpenter fouls another one off first base side. It's 1-2. Cardinals and Pirates also playing tonight. The other two NL Central teams. 1-2 here for Nico Hoerner. Excuse me, for Drew Smyly, and he gets a cut and a miss from Carpenter. It's Smyly's second strikeout of the day, and for the first time today, he's retired the first two guys of an inning. Up and in fastball, and I think that was his best batter he's faced all night. He goes fastball down and away, curveball down and in, a couple of foul balls, and then fastball up and in. That was really well done from Drew Smyly. And now Jake Rogers, who we got to fly out last time up. Jake Rogers, 5 for his last 36. 1-0. Line drive to right field, dumps down into the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Tauchman calls off Suzuki, and a big turn at second, but staying put is Rogers, and he'll make it 6 for 36. 105 miles an hour off the bat, and you can't miss there. Fastballs down and out is where Smyly has success, not fastballs middle. 2-out double for Rogers, and now you got to work around Miguel Cabrera. Always dangerous, even in his final season. Curveball down and in for ball 1. Lifetime batting average 307 from Miggy, 19th on the all-time MLB hit list. And he takes that one the opposite way into the seats. He's sitting 3 hits behind Paul Waner for number 18 on the all-time list, 5 behind George Brett. 3,149 career hits for Miggy. This is his 1,036th game at Comerica Park. Only active MLB player with 1,000 games at one stadium. The 1-1. Cabrera hits one to center field, bringing Tauchman in, and he calls off Zayas. They were both charging that one hard. Tauchman makes the catch, and Smyly gets out of the inning. Works around the 2-out double. Finally, a scoreless inning for Drew Smyly. Now, let's see if this offense can chip away and claw back into this ball game. It's 3-0. We go to the top of the 4th. Big top of the 4th coming up here. The Cubs love to get a run or two on the board here to start chipping away into this lead, as there's a backdoor slider check swing from Ian Happ. Man, Olsen is just getting all sorts of swing and misses on that. 0-1 to Happ. Switch hitting. Batting from the left side here against the righty Olson. Change up down. It's 1-1. Happ in the 3 spot again today. Was a DH last night. Back in left field here tonight. Tigers lead this one 3-0. There's a strike right at the knees on the fastball from Olson, who ramps it up there at 95 that time. Out of Gainesville, Georgia is Reese Olson. 1-2 to Ian. Just missed. Olson was taking a walk behind the mound, thinking he had strikeout number 6. Happ struck out looking last time up. 2-2. Weekly rolled over foul, just able to get a piece as Happ was sitting fastball, able to adjust to that curve and just throw the bat at it to stay alive. Happ takes down and in. Looked like Olson went with a changeup again there. And it's a full count. Let's see if Happ can work a walk. He likes to walk all right. Leads the team in walks. One of the 3 true outcome guys. 3-2. Fastball hit hard. Just foul on the first base side. Got the barrel to that one. Just couldn't keep it fair. Olson's done a nice job of mixing up his pitches here tonight. The 3-2 offering. Ball 4. Just missed. What a take from Happ there. Gutsy take. And the Cubs have a leadoff guy on for the first time tonight. As Happ, with a very good at-bat, draws a walk. And now Bellinger will come to the plate with a runner on base. As Swanson moves up to the on-deck circle. Happ takes his lead at first, and Olson looks into Bellinger. Down and away. Ball 1. Cubs still hitless through 3 innings. Although they have reached on an error and now 2 walks. 1-0. Curveball. Cody shaking his head. Does not like the call. Jansen Visconti again being pretty generous on the bottom part of that zone with that breaking pitch that Olson features. Ready for the 1-1 is Bellinger from the stretch. Here comes. Just outside. Olson's misses have not missed by much. And now a good hitter's count here for the Cubs cleanup hitter, Cody Bellinger. Happ's at first, talking to from first base coach Mike Napoli. Torkelson holds him on. Olson takes a peek and comes forward. Bellinger absolutely cremates one, but about a mile foul. Now a 2-2. Be nice if you could just smack one down the third baseline or something here. Get it into the corner. 2-2. Rogers sets up outside. Olson delivers. Change up down. And for back-to-back batters, it's a full count. Cubs are at least making Olson work a little bit here. He's about to throw pitch number 65. Here on this very nice 76-degree night in Detroit. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. Bellinger took a fastball, and he was sitting slider. Got fastball right on the outer edge and took it for strike 3. That's strikeout number 6. Can't put it in a much better location than that, but for a guy like Cody Bellinger, I mean, you just have to make contact with that. Here's Dansby Swanson. He's had a good stretch since the All-Star break. Got Happ on first with one away. Curveball, and Dansby hits this one in the air to left, and it is gone. He kept it fair and he cleared the bullpen, and the Cubs are right back in it. Dansby Swanson, 8 2-run shot. And the Cubs have made it a one-run game just like that. 389 feet. First pitch ambush on the curveball. Dansby didn't miss it. 107 miles an hour off the bat. And the Cubs long ball, the Cubs' second long ball in as many games, comes from Dansby Swanson. Nice little pimp job on that one. And it's 3-2. Here's Seiya Suzuki now as the Cubs finally have some life. That's a good way for the first hit of the ball game for this squad. I mean, now you look, it's a one-run game. Felt like that game was already over. And it's still only the fourth inning. Big time there from Dansby. Now let's see what Seiya Suzuki can do. He grounds one the opposite way, and it's beyond the dive. The second baseman Ibanez and into right field. Back-to-back one-out hits for the Cubs. A homer and now a single from Suzuki. Home run number 19 on the season for Dansby. Here comes Jeimer Candelario. Reached on an error last time up. First pitch rolled foul. Suzuki's now reached base in both of his at-bats. On one from Jeimer Candelario. Candelario to right field! Back at the wall! And it's gone! The Cubs have the lead! A pair of two-run homers have put the visitors in front on Candelario's 18th of the season. He makes it 4-3 Cubs. Oh, baby! At the start of this fourth inning, it seemed like the Cubs were dead, had nothing going their way. They now have a pair of two-run homers, and now Morel flies one deep to right, but making the catch is Carpenter. But it felt like they were dead, but now a pair of two-run homers, and they've taken the lead. It's 4-3. And here comes Amaya with two away now. Amaya, fastball right down the middle, but he kind of dipped the barrel underneath that one and pops it foul. Lays off the slider there, does Amaya. That one spiked to the backstop there. And it looks like fatigue's starting to get to Olson here in the fourth inning as he's already thrown 75 pitches. 2-1. Amaya grounds one down the line and a sharp backhand play over there at third by Zach Short. And the inning is over, but not before a leadoff walk by Ian Happ leads to a Dansby Swanson two-run homer. Then a Seiya Suzuki single leads to a Jeimer Candelario two-run homer. A pair of blasts in the inning for the Cubs. puts them in front. It's a 4-run fourth inning for the boys in blue, and they will take a lead into the bottom of the fourth. Back and ready for the bottom of the fourth inning here of action. Drew Smyly still in the ball game, and he's finally got some run support from his guys. They go for 4 runs in the top of the fourth and take the lead. It's 4-3 Cubs. Here's Parker Meadows. Takes the first pitch for a strike, and then quickly Smyly delivers in the dirt. It's 1-1. Meadows made his Major League debut last night with a single. Flew out to end the game. 113 games with AAA Toledo Mud Hens, batting .256 down there with 27 doubles, 7 triples, and 19 homers, along with 65 RBIs. 1-1 curve or cutter it looked like there from Smyly. Very rarely throws that pitch, but he missed up and in with it. Number 10 prospect in the Tigers organization by MLB Pipeline for Meadows. And the count 2-1 here from Smyly. Curveball, way too high. Second round draft pick in 2018 by this kid. And a 3-1 from Drew. Cubs bullpen, very tired. So it'd be nice if they could get out of this inning with Smyly, but there's a leadoff walk. Cannot afford to let the Tigers back into this game as Maya will go visit with Smyly. Meadows draws the walk, and Zach Short will come up. He got a hit last time. There's a nice looking pitch. That just kind of dove below the barrel of Short. Might have been that cutter again from Drew. A double last time by Short. Him and Ian Happ actually have a podcast together called The Compound. So 2 coworkers playing each other tonight. Huge hole on the right side against typical pull hitter Short. Double play sounds pretty nice here. 1-1. Check this swing. Appeal to first. John Bacon says he went around. Think John Bacon likes bacon? I wonder. Pitch number 60 upcoming from Smyly. One, two. Swing and a miss, and Short is gone. It's the third strikeout for Drew Smyly, and it's comes in a big spot there. As that keeps Meadows at first, and it's out number 1. An elevated fastball, and short couldn't catch up to it. And now it's Zach McKinstry. Javier Baez, a late scratch today. So McKinstry was put in the lineup. McKinstry, another former Cub on this Tigers team. Oh, and McKinstry, a little bloop shot, is going to fall in front of Tauchman. Tauchman now throws back to second. And able to get there in time is the runner Meadows. And it's first and second with 1 away. And it's back to the top of the order. So now Smyly has to face another jam. So he goes to Matt Vierling in for his 3rd time in the 4th inning. Just a little bloop shot from McKinstry. Matt Vierling, 1 hit shy of number 200 in his career. Bouncing ball foul in the first pitch of the AB. Last night, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. Runs scored. Born in St. Louis. 26 years old. 6'2", 215. Left on right matchup to Vierling. He's 0 for 2. First and second. Meadows is at second. McKinstry at first. That darts down in the dirt. At 90 miles an hour from the veteran Drew Smyly. AJ Hinch looks on. So he's ready for the 1-1. That one's hit hard. Diving stop. Candelario gets up and throws to first, and it's a bad throw, and it's going to score a run. And the game is tied. Costly mistake by Candelario. If you're going to even bother throwing that ball, at least make a good throw. Unbelievable diving stop, but just rushed it. And that's when that's when Bellinger should have had it. Kind of skipped on the grass. He thought it would hit the dirt and bounce up. It hit the grass and did not bounce. I mean, you really wish that he would have just held on to it and just had bases loaded, but that's going to be a hit and an E5, which allows that run to score. And the Tigers get that run right back, and that's just brutal. Checked his swing and no go, says John Bacon. He's been busy on appeals tonight. It's 1-1 to the dangerous Andy Ibanez. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs took the lead in the top of the inning. And Tigers, just like that, have retaken the lead. Have tied it back up. They've got the go-ahead run at 3rd. How about a double play? 1-1. Fastball at the letters for a ball. Hayden Wesneski, who pitched 6 pitches last night, is warming up in the pen. They call him an extended reliever, so it was kind of a surprise to see him only go 6 pitches last night. Just ended the inning. Maya sets up inside, ready for the 2-1, and that's fouled off of Ibanez's own leg. Always dangerous Spencer Torkelson on deck. A big 2-2 pitch up coming. Pops into the seats, right side. 2-2 again here, too. Two-hole hitter for the Tigers, Ibanez. In the dirt, and the count is full. Have to imagine that this is one of the last batters for Smiley with the guy up in the bullpen. I mean, I can't imagine they let him face Torkelson and Carpenter again. 3-2. Curveball, and this is hit a mile to left. And it's 7-4 Tigers. Three-run homer for Ibanez, the second of the game. He threw him the exact same pitch that he hit a mile in the first inning, and it's the same result. Unbelievable. And guess what? Smiley is still in the game. Below the knees, called a strike against Torkelson. Holy cow, I cannot believe he gave him a curveball on the 3-2. I mean, get a cutter or a fastball and have him roll over for, oh my goodness, for a double play. I mean, that air from Candelario, come on, just pathetic effort this inning by the Cubs. And there's only one out. I can't believe that this has happened to the Cubs, who claim themselves as a playoff team. You cannot trust guys like Drew Smiley. You can't keep giving him second opportunities. David Ross is always like, oh, he's been good in the bullpen. He's not a good starter. He cannot start. Fastball way high. It's 2-2. And all the momentum's on your side. And it's 4-3. And then you give 4 runs right back, and you're back down 3. It's 7-4 in the 4th inning. Like, wake up, guys. 2-2. I mean, Smiley was great last inning. You thought he'd finally get some momentum going his way. But he gets one lead and just blows it. It's ridiculous. 3-2 to Torkelson. Swing and a miss. And Smiley strikes him out. And here you go. Drew Smiley just walked off the mound thinking it was the 3rd out of the inning. Look at that. No wonder he threw him a hanging curveball, because he doesn't even know how many outs there are. Just the sign of a poor, poor pitcher. Poor baseball player. Here's Kerry Carpenter. They're keeping Smiley in because it is a lefty. That missed low. One out. To think the Cubs led this game 4-3 coming into this half inning. It's going to have to be a shootout, because the bullpen's been good. So you hope that if you can get Carpenter out here, keep it at 7 runs, then you just keep chipping away, and hopefully the bullpen stays intact. 1-1. Whoa! Nearly hit Carpenter in the face. That's way up. And it's 2-1 from Drew. Again, finally struggling with his command. My, oh my. Still cannot believe that hanging curveball to Ibanez. Identical to the pitch he hit for a homer earlier in the game. There's a fastball spiked. I'm the kiss of death for Drew Smiley, because it seems like every game that I feel like streaming, Smiley just happens to start. And I cannot stand to watch this guy pitch. I don't even know why I bothered doing it for Smiley. 3-1. That's ball 4. 2-out walk. Hopefully that does not come back to bite him. And David Ross is going to call for Hayden Wesneski to close out this inning. Drew Smiley rubbing his face. As he should. Hit the showers, Drew, because you just blew on all right. 4-3, the momentum on the Cubs side. Your offense is helping you out finally. And what do? You take it into your own hands to blow it. David Ross, that guy belongs to either be DFA'd or to be a reliever. One of the two. You can't have him start. Hayden Wesneski is going to come into the game. If you're going to start anybody, to start him. He's better than any Drew Smyly. Pitching change. We're back when we're in a moment. Back at Comerica Park, where the story is not good. It's 7-4 Tigers. The Cubs with 2 two-run homers in the top of the fourth. The Tigers have been answered with a 3-run homer from Andy Ibanez and also a run on an error by Candelario in the inning. And it's back to a 3-run lead for Detroit here in the fourth. And here is Jake Rogers. Double last time up. Kerry Carpenter drew a 2-out walk from Smyly. So now Wesneski comes in, looking to get out of it. 1-0. Inside, it's 2-0. Wesneski needs to throw a strike. Can't bring up Cabrera with 2 guys on. Tigers 28th in the league in stolen bases, so they're not a big threat to steal as the 2-0 is grounded to short. Swanson takes the easy play to second, and the inning's over. Thank God the inning's over. Run scores on a unnecessary poor throw by Candelario, and then a hanging curveball and the second homer of the day for Andy Ibanez. A reckless inning for the Cubs right after you thought they had all of the momentum. It's 7-4, and just like that, the Cubs are back down 3 in Detroit. Good news, Drew Smiley's out of the game. The bad news is the Cubs have blown a 3-run lead and are back down by 3. What a game this has been. Down 3 heading in the top of the 4th. 2 2-run homers last inning. Now they're back down 3. But here's the thing. It's the 5th inning. Still so much more game left. And let's see if they can build off last inning. And hopefully make it a competitive game once again. Back to the top of the order here with Mike Tauchman. Each team scored 4 runs in the 4th inning. Tauchman takes outside. Olson back on the mound. So he's approaching 80 pitches here. 1-0 to Tauchman. Up and away. It's 2-0. Hoerner's on deck. Happ is in the hole. The 2-0 misses up and away. Gotta have a red light here if you're Tauchman. Need some base runners. That's strike 1 right down the middle. And it's 3-1. Still looking dead red here. And he got dead red, but a bit tardy on it. And the count has been worked back full by Olson. Man, he's had a lot of full counts tonight. Three, 2. Outside ball 4. And for the second straight inning, Cubs leadoff guy reaches with a walk. Beautiful at bat for Mike Tauchman. They say he sees a lot of pitches, doesn't swing at balls. That's exactly what happened there. Here's Nico Hoerner, 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Third time's the charm here. This looks like it could be a slugfest from here on out. Hoerner, hard foul, third base side. Willie Harris, Cubs third base coach, had to evade that one. 4 homers in the ball game, 2 for each team. And both Tigers homers have been from Andy Ibanez. 0-1, Hoerner chops it foul. He's been struggling to hit anything hard these last 2 nights here at Comerica. Struggled last night, same story here tonight. And the 0-2 to Nico. Fastball, just able to get a piece. Another 0-2 to Nico. Rogers sets up high. Change up, jam shot, sent foul again. Hoerner putting together a good at bat. Happ on deck, Bellinger in the hole. Tauchman at first after the leadoff walk. Nico in an 0-2 hole. Curveball, another one bounce foul. Olson now with 87 pitches. Having a hard time putting Nico Hoerner away here. Cubs looking to win their 4th in a row. Tigers looking to get back to the winning ways after losing last night in game 1 of the series. 0-2. Hoerner just throws his bat at it and pops it up in the infield. And making the play is the third baseman, Zach Short. Excuse me, that's McKinstry over there. So now it'll be up to Ian Happ to see if he can do anything with Tauchman at first. Right on left matchup. Happ, foul ball. Tauchman remains at first. Happ ready to see pitch number 90 from Olson. It's third time through the order here in the 5th inning. Power hitting Bellinger on deck. 0-1 to Ian. Fastball way upstairs, and a good job to keep that one from going to the screen by Rogers. Cubs just need to chip away. 1 run here, 1 run there. It'd be nice to get them all back at once, but still the 5th inning. 1-1. Outer edge. Strike 2. Happ doesn't really look like he likes that call. Happ always a contender to hit into a double play. He hits the ball on the ground a lot when he's not striking out or walking. 1-2. Strike 3. No! Man, he's been calling... Jansen Visconti's been calling that pitch all night. Not that time. Just missed on the lower outer corner. And let's see if Happ can make him pay for that. 2-2 upcoming. From the stretch, the delivery. Swinging a miss, strike 3. Got him anyway. Just made him throw one more pitch. Fastball right down the middle. I tell you, any other hitter in the Cubs, I bet you $1 million. Any other hitter in the Cubs lineup would hit that. Any other 3-hole hitter in the major leagues would hit that. That's why we cannot have Ian Happ in the 3-hole. And I'm not alone when I think that. Here's Bellinger. 2 strikeouts for him, which is rare. That strikeout for Happ was his 2nd of the night. Strike 1 right at the knees. Bellinger's taking 2 in the first pitch strikes tonight. He's usually a guy that likes those pitches at the knees, and that's where Olson's been attacking first pitch, but Bellinger's just been a little too not aggressive, if that's the word. So after the leadoff walk, Bellinger's now behind 0-2 and at risk of striking out. This is probably it for Olson. That'd be good for the Cubs to get into this Tigers bullpen that does have its struggles. 0-2 to Bellinger. Fastball upstairs and up and out of play. Bullpen for the Tigers, a 4.14 ERA, which is actually better than the starters. But you never know day in, day out. I mean, bullpen struggled last night for Detroit. 0-2 to Cody. Line drive up the middle, and it's gonna send Tauchman to third. Willie Harris is gonna hold him as Bellinger moves up to second. This big outfield at Comerica Park coming into effect there. As Bellinger just barely snuck it over the Jack Short's head and not completely into the gap. They were shaded a bit to the right, so Meadows had to go a long way to get to that ball, and it almost looked like Tauchman was going to be sent for a minute. They opted to hold him. And now it's 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs for Dansby Swanson. And actually, before that, that's going to be it for Olson. Reese Olson, not a bad outing for him. 4 runs. He will be responsible for those 2 runners at 2nd and 3rd, though. Made it 4 2/3. Pitching change for the Tigers. They go to the bullpen. And the Cubs have 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs for Dansby Swanson when we come back. Welcome back. It's the Tigers' turn for the bullpen. As they'll start against Dansby Swanson, 389-foot homer last time up. That would tie the game if he could do it again this time. First pitch to Dansby in the dirt from Tigers reliever Brendan White. Right-hander number 52, 5'11", 185. Inning and two-thirds scoreline innings of relief last Tuesday against Minnesota, and Dansby fouls the 1-0 off there. 2 hits, just 1 walk while striking out 2 for White last time out. Came back, recalled from AAA Toledo July 24th. It's been with the big league club since. Pitched last night. I didn't see that. Pitched last night, 1 inning, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 0 strikeouts. 1-1 to Swanson. Fastball up and in, blew it by him. If Dansby would happen to reach, Seiya Suzuki, the red hot Seiya Suzuki, is on deck. Just put a ball in play here, Dansby. Make the defense work. Big 1-2 pitch. Line drive right field. It's a base hit. Tauchman's going to score. Bellinger's waved to the plate. The throw is cut off. A 2-run RBI single for Dansby Swanson. And for the second straight inning, he has a 2 RBI hit to put the Cubs back within 1. It is 7-6 in the blink of an eye. Got a 1-2 center cut fastball, and he didn't miss it. Opposite field approach. Show that to every baseball player because that is how it's supposed to be done. And Tauchman and Bellinger both easily score. And now Seiya Suzuki nearly gets hit on the first pitch from White. Love the approach there from Swanson. Suzuki with a walk and a single. He's been on fire. Takes a strike there. Cubs rally with 2 on the Cody Bellinger Cody Bellinger double, and then the Dansby Swanson 2 RBI single. Curveball from Suzuki popped into foul territory, and it sneaks about 7 rows up into the seats. Got a good pitch to hit there, but just missed it. Cubs are not going away in this game, though. They've been down 3-0, 7-4. Now just 7-6. Swanson at first. White checks on him and now delivers. Suzuki, little bouncer to third. And throwing him out is McKinstry as he cut off short to get to that ball. But a big 2-out hit from Dansby Swanson puts the Cubs back within 1. They are not going away. Cabrera, Meadows, short due up for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th. Still a long way to go in this one. You don't want to go anywhere. bottom of the fifth. This game is about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes in, and we're still only in the fifth inning. Hayden Wesneski back on the bump as he delivers to Miguel Cabrera. Cannot say enough about Miguel Cabrera. And as the 1-0 miss is just inside, and it's 2-0. Amaya sets up outside. Wesneski misses high. It's 2-0. It's 3-0 now. Cabrera the other day in Cleveland got his 1,868th RBI of his career, tied for 11th in Major League history. Takes a strike on the 3-0 there from Wesneski, who now needs to fight back. Dangerous rookie Parker Meadows on deck. Singled earlier tonight. 3-1. Another fastball in there. Wesneski with two hard-thrown fastballs to even the count. Excuse me, not even the count, but work it back to full. As I said earlier, final MLB season for Miggy. Started in Miami, since come to Detroit, former Triple Crown winner. What a career. One of the best to ever do it. 3-2 swing and a miss. Wesneski comes back from down 3-0 to punch out one of the best hitters in the game. Cabrera down on strikes. And it's strikeout number 1 for Wesneski. Now he goes against the lefty Meadows. Right on left matchup here. Meadows takes first pitch inside. Wesneski's had good command of that fastball so far. What changeup there it looked like. Down and away and in the dirt. Pitch clock at 8. And Wesneski delivers. Looked pretty good on K-zone, but it's called outside. And Meadows has a hitter's count here, 2-1. Sun's starting to set on Detroit. Lights pretty much in full effect now. There's another one that K-zone had is a strike, but Jansen Visconti, who's had a rough night behind the plate, did not. (3-1), and Meadows hits this one well to center. He sends Tauchman back. He leaps, but he can't make the play. Meadows heading for second. He's going to turn and head to third. The throw! Just a bit late, and it's a triple for Meadows. His second hit of the night, and his first big league extra base hit. What speed from Parker Meadows. Big mistake. Fastball right down the middle, and that ball looked like Tauchman had it. That's gone in most stadiums. 412 to center here in Detroit. Tauchman looked like he had it, but it just kept slicing away from him. Helmet flies off of Meadows. And now looking for the squeeze play was Zach Shorts, but he pulled back on it. Gary Jones, former Cubs third base coach, giving the signs down there for the Tigers. Meadows takes his lead at third. Wesneski looks in, the 0-1 to short. In the dirt, good stop by Amaya. Meadows has now reached all 3 times tonight. McKinstry is on deck. Big at bat here in this game. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Wesneski, tailing down and in. What a roller coaster of emotions this game has been, and it's still only in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 1-2. Checked his swing. He went around. A big strikeout for Wesneski and the Cubs. And now he's 1 out away from getting out of this. But he's not out of the woods yet. Still got to face the former Cub, Zach McKinstry, who hit it hard last time up. Strikeout number 2 for Wesneski here in the inning and on the day. First pitch to McKinstry. Off the fists foul. One of McKinstry and their foul ball off the first base side. Big pitch upcoming in this ball game. First time called. And McKinstry will step out. Maya calling signs on PitchCom. Wesneski hands overhead, deep breath. And now he'll deliver. The 0-2. Down and in, nearly hit McKinstry on the feet. Still way ahead here for Hayden. Don't have to throw a strike. 1-2. Maya sets up outside. Strike 3 called! Slider on the outer edge. Freezes McKinstry. Wesneski works around the 1-out triple with back-to-back strikeouts. And the inning is over. What work from the Cubs' long reliever, Hayden Wesneski. And now we go to the top of the 6th. It's still just a 1-run game. Cubs back to hit in the top of the 6th inning. Jeimer Candelario starts against White. Brendan White gave up that 2-run single to Dansby Swanson that scored 2 runs last inning. 0-1 from the windup. Candelario fouls it off his own foot. Last time up, Candelario, the 2-run homer that at the time gave the Cubs a 2-run lead. .405 feet last time for Jeimer. Takes the 0-2 outside. Cubs still down, just down 1. Tigers came from behind, only to fall short last night. Cubs coming from behind so far tonight, but trying not to fall short. One, two, again to Jeimer Candelario as he fouled the last one off. And that's another foul ball. Good 2-strike approach there, smacking the barrel on the ball. Around the league, the Giants have taken on 3-2 lead over the Phillies. Cardinals and Pirates tied at 1. And the Brewers in the top of the second on a Willy Adames 2-run homer have already taken a 2-0 lead over the Twins. In the dirt on the breaking ball by White there. Candelario lays off. Good pick by Rogers, catcher. Candelario still batting from the left side as that switch hitter against the right-handed White. And Candelario again flies one deep to right field. Back at the wall. Making the catch is Carpenter. Oh, my goodness. He just threw the barrel at it and missed it by about 5 feet. Looked like the Cubs had tied the ball game. That hurts. And out comes Christopher Morel. In the dirt for ball 1. So the Brewers are getting hot at the wrong time if you're a Cubs fan. Right when the Cubs are doing all their winning, the Brewers are doing all their winning as well. 1-0. Christopher nearly got hit by that pitch from White. It's proven to be a bit wild so far today with that fastball. 2-0. Morel cannot help him here. Oh, he helped him all right, and he popped it up. Back behind first, and that's an awful 2-strike swing. What? Or 2-0 swing. What are we doing? Fastball inside. If you're going to do it, at least turn on it. Just a pathetic attempt there by Morel, that's still just what happens when you're young. I mean, he just seems not know all the situations yet. Still in his second year in the league. Here's Miguel Amaya. Amaya takes the first pitch strike. He's got some pop in his bat. 4 homers this season. Called up mid-season. Tucker Barnhart recently DFA'd, so Amaya, he takes another one right down the middle. But Amaya and Gomes now the only catchers on the roster. White ahead of Amaya, 0-2 here. Be big if he could get on base and take it back to the top of the order. Down and away in the other batter's box for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Amaya swings and misses on a slider below the knees. Inning over. Cubs go down in order for the first time since the 3rd inning. Bottom of the order does nothing there. And the Tigers will have 1, 2, 3 due up when we come back in the bottom of the 6th as the bullpen looks to keep them in check. Bottom of the sixth, Cubs continue to trail by 1. Top of the order here is for Hayden Wesneski against Vierling, Ibanez, and Torkelson. Wesneski back out there for the third inning of work. Good work. Last inning, struck out the side, working around the Parker Meadows 3-run home, or 1-out triple. There's a cut in dirt by Vierling, who's now going to take a quick stroll. He's quickly behind 0-2. Single and scored a run for Vierling last inning in the fourth. 2 innings ago in the fourth. Off the bottom of the sixth here. 0-2. Elevated fastball, cut on and missed. The fourth strikeout already for Hayden Wesneski in just 6 batters. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to Vierling there. And here's Andy Ibanez. 2 for 3 with 2 homers off Drew Smiley tonight. Ball 1 low. I'd say don't throw a curveball to this guy over the plate because he made Drew Smiley pay both times. 1-0. Down and away, way away. Wesneski started the year as a starter, then moved into the bullpen as the year went on. Also spent some time down in AAA. 2-0, big cut from Ibanez, but he only chops it foul right at the plate. Good to get some length out of Wesneski tonight. Save some of the bullpen arms. 2-1. As game 3 of the series is a day game tomorrow. Cubs are under 500 in day games. It'd be nice to get away with this one today. 3-1. And that's a 5-pitch walk. So that misses inside. First walk today issued by Wesneski, and now you got Torkelson coming up with a runner on. Torkelson, the walk, and then a strikeout and a flyout tonight, but coming off a 4 for 5 night, still cannot take this guy lightly. Waggles that bat above his right shoulder and takes strike 1 on a breaking pitch on the lower outside corner. Leads the team with 30 multi-hit games. 23rd homer of the season, which leads the team last night as well. A 1 from Wesneski to Torkelson with Ibanez on first. Torkelson chases in the dirt. Tigers have only stolen 55 stolen bases. That's the 28th fewest in the big leagues. The offensive, really 3 big numbers that don't really stand out to you for the Tigers. They're 23rd in homers, with just 127. 10th most strikeouts with 1,113, and then 28th fewest 30 stolen bases. 0-2, he tried to double up on that slider. Runner going, Ibanez, as it's thrown into center field, and Ibanez is going to get to third. Oh my goodness, what a horrible looking throw from Amaya, as Ibanez was dead meat if it was anywhere near a good throw. So that should be a wild pitch, I would have to imagine. Or maybe a stolen base and an error by Amaya. I think that's what it'll be. Give Ibanez the stolen base, then an error that allowed him to reach to third. Stolen base and an E2. Excuse me, wild pitch and an E2, they actually call it. And first, timeout call. Cubs with errors aplenty tonight. They've already had 2. Tigers with 1. So a sloppy game. Infield in here in the bottom of the 6th. Carpenter on deck, a 1-2 to Torkelson. Wesneski checks on the runner and delivers. Strike 3 swinging. He got him. Another big strikeout by Wesneski to keep the runner at third. And it's already strikeout number 5 for Hayden. Would have been even bigger if there wasn't a runner at third because, I mean, Ugly looking throw from Amaya. But now, it won't even... Oh, they're going to intentionally walk Kerry Carpenter to get to the struggling hitting catcher, Jake Rogers. And put a force out at first base as they're now on the corners. Daniel Palencia in the bullpen for the Cubs. Came in and had a nice inning last night. First pitch, just slow. It looked good. Didn't get the call. It's 1-0 to Rogers, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Ground out, fly out, and a hit. A hit back in the third inning. Bonnie is at third, Carpenter at first. 1-0 upcoming to Rogers. Inside ball 2. Cabrera is on deck. Sneski does not want to really give him anything too good here on 2-0, but you definitely would like to get a strike as he's probably got the green light. Tigers fans starting to make a little bit of noise. Feel like they have something going here with 2 away. 2-0. Fouled it off his foot. And Rogers goes down in a heap. But that's just a stinger. It looks like he'll be all right. Gonna walk it off a bit. Right on the top of the foot. Ooh. Off the shin it hurts, but I mean right top of the foot's the worst. I don't think I've ever fouled a ball off of myself. A quick look from the trainer. Back in the box is Rogers. Tigers lead 7-6. A 2-1 to Rogers. Line drive caught by Wisniewski. He saved the run. Unbelievable. A laser right back to the mound. Wisniewski just snared the left hand out there and pulled it down. That was going right up the middle, and that would have been an 8-6 Tigers lead. Instead, Wisniewski works out of another jam and pitches another scoreless inning. The Tigers fail to score in the 6th. We will go to the top of the 7th. It's still a one-run game. Let's see if the Cubs can come back and tie or take the lead. Big inning coming up here for the Cubs. You would love to tie, but you would love even more to take the lead. Then you can put it in your bullpen's hands, go shut it down from us, come back, maybe add 1 or 2 in the 8th or 9th. You'd be feeling pretty good. But right now, you got to worry about just tying or taking the lead, getting another run any way you can. And good news is it's the top of the order here in the inning for the Cubs. As with Valencia warming up in the pen. Looks like Wisniewski's day will be done. New pitcher for the Tigers. It's Tyler Holton. Left-handed pitcher, 6'2", 200. Last time out against Cleveland, 1 1/3. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. 44 games this season. Started one of them, and now it's going to be a pinch hitter for Mike Tauchman. It's going to be Nick Madrigal to face the lefty. Madrigal, the go-ahead RBI double last night. And now he replaces the struggling Tauchman here. In the top of the 7th. We'll see what it does with the Cubs the Cubs defensively. 0-1 to Madrigal. Good pitch to hit there, but a bit out in front and just taps it foul. First base side. Madrigal ready to regroup here for the 0-2. Horner on deck, Happ in the hole. That one misses upstairs. Madrigal with 2 hits last night. He's just find ways to come through and get on base. 1-2. Another foul ball. Staying alive here. Good at bat against Tyler Holton. After White goes an inning and 2/3. 1-2, popped up. Shallow center. Coming in is Meadows. Out is Ibanez, and Meadows calls for it. And Madrigal's retired. And here's Nico Horner. Horner takes strike one. I tell you, he was an aggressive hitter earlier in the season, and I feel like he does a lot better when he's aggressive. He's taken way too many first pitch strikes. 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out, strikeout, pop out. He's done it all. There's a little chopper foul. He's been on top of a lot of pitches lately, which it's good when you're on top of it in line drive form, but he's been on top of it, pounding them straight into the ground. Holton, the lefty that comes very wide with his delivery. In the dirt there on the 0-2. Nico is due. He's had a rough series. Happ is on deck. Bellinger in the hole. Big hole on the right side here for Horners. They have him shifted a bit to the left. And throws the barrel at that one. And misses the foul line on the third base side by about 5 feet. As McKinstry watches that go down the line. Bat continues. It's 1-2. Big inning here in this ball game. Another 1-2 to Nico. Line back to the screen. Horner putting together a good at bat. Back in the back of the batter's box. 1-2. Horner flies one to left field, bringing Vierling in, and he makes the play, ranging to his right. 2 sky-high outs for the Cubs. And now Ian Happ comes in with 2 away. Cubs have not scored since the 5th inning. Still trail by 1. The offense was hot in the 4th and 5th, but have not been able to string anything together. The thing is, they got the leadoff guy on in both those innings. It's not been the case the last 2. Here's Ian Happ. Swing and a miss. Terrible looking swing there from Happ. I'm telling you, I can't deal with Happ in the... I feel like I can have Happ in the lineup. I can't have him in the 3-hole. Get Seiya up there. Get Dansby up there. 0-1, that's blown away in the other's batter's box there. Happ batting from the right side for the first time tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk in there. His walk started the 4-run rally in the fourth. 1-1. Strike 2 called right down the middle. On the fastball from Holton. Cubs running out of chances. 7 more outs to work with. Happ fouls that one. He pretty much hit that off the ground. Any way he can to put the bat on it and stay alive, I guess. Cubs looking to improve to 66 and 59. Tigers looking to get back to 10 games under at 58 and 68. 1-2 to Happ. Fly ball right field. Back a few steps is Carpenter. All outfielders make a play in the inning. Fly out to the center fielder for Madrigal. Fly out to the left fielder Vierling by Horner. And then a fly out to the right fielder Carpenter by Happ. And the inning is over. Cubs go down in order for the second straight inning. And they have 6 outs to work with. Still down by 1. When the Tigers come back to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like Daniel Palencia is going to be coming in from the pen. One-run game as we head to the bottom of the 7th. How do these teams perform in one-run games, you may ask? The Cubs are 16 and 15, while the Tigers are 17 and 16. So pretty much even between these two teams. One-run game last night that went in the favor of the Cubs. Need the bullpen to stay sharp and the offense to wake up. Cubs want to come back and win this. Right now, it's not looking good. Seems like a pretty good crowd for Comerica Park standards. They only average around 20,000, 19,000 people a game in a 41,000 capacity stadium. Last night got pretty energetic at the end of the game. Tonight, it looks like there's another pretty big crowd. Tigers with a good future ahead of them. A lot of good young stars upcoming. Tomorrow it'll be left-hander Tarek Skubal against right-hander Jameson Taillon for the Cubs. Miguel Cabrera in for the 4th time leads off the inning, and he will do it against Daniel Palencia. Hard-throwing righty for the Cubs. Struggles with command issues a bit, but he was really good last night to hold the Cubs' lead late in that game. First pitch way outside. There's that control issue way outside at 98. Good work from Hayden Wesneski. He goes 2 1/3. 0-1 Cabrera, or 1-0 Cabrera fouls it back. One in the dirt from Cabrera. Having a good laugh about something with home plate umpire Jansen Visconti. Cabrera just always having fun. Miggy, as they call him. Wesneski ended his day with 5 strikeouts. 2-1 from the hefty Palencia. Whoa, look out. Fastball way high. I tell you, this kid, when he misses big. He throws hard, but he just needs to work on. You'd rather have him spot pitches than throw hard. It's too wild. Especially against Cabrera. Gotta throw strikes. 3-1. Fastball blown foul at 98, and the count is full. Meadows on deck. He's had a nice day. Sure would be nice if you could get Cabrera out without letting him reach here. Struck out last time, did Miggy. Flew out and pop out prior. Fans starting to get loud on this 3-2. Fastball hit well. Right field, Suzuki back, and he makes the catch on the run near the warning track. Cabrera hit it pretty hard and pretty well, but Suzuki had him played perfectly. So Palencia in his 14th appearance this season, 12 2/3 innings, 4.97 ERA. Nice 23% strikeout rate, but that walk rate stands out 15%. Here's Parker Meadows, 2 for 3 with a walk, or 2 for 2 with a walk, and then 2 hits. That fastball down and in, really yanked that one. Palencia with the blue sleeves, ton of chains. Where's number 48? Cubs wearing their blue jerseys tonight. Tigers in their home whites. 1-0. That's a nice looking cutter there. At 90 miles an hour, darting down and in. Tapped foul. Cubs change a bit defensively. Bellinger goes to center. Candelario goes to first, and Madrigal goes to third. That change up, it looked like they're at 88, up and away. Two 2-1. Parker Meadows with a big cut and a miss on the fastball. He comes up empty there. He's back in for the 2-2. Pitch number 11 for Palencia. Zach Short waiting on the on-deck circle. Tapped foul. I'm going to need to look up how tall Meadows is. He's tall. He's a big dude, and he can run pretty well, as we saw last time on his triple. 185, 6'5". 6'5", 185. How about that? Skinny, tall, lanky, speedy. And now something's wrong with Palencia's pitch clock or pitch comm or something. His time is called, and he has to go figure that out. Looks like problem's resolved. And now refocus for the 2-2. Amaya wants it down. The 2-2. He got it down, and he got the swing and a miss. Meadows down on strikes for the first time tonight. 93-mile-an-hour slider. Starts at the knees, ends up in the dirt. First strikeout of the day for Daniel Palencia. Now Zach Short comes in with 2 away and nobody on. Tried to go back to that slider, missed, and Short did not bite on it. One-0 to the Tigers' 8-hole hitter. Takes a strike there. Zach Short is indeed short. He's as tall as me, 5'10". Weighs a bit more than me. Got a lot more muscle, 180. 1-1. Popped up on the infield. Foul ground. Candelario makes the catch over on the warning track over towards the tarp. Inning over. Short pops out to end the inning. Bellinger, Swanson, Suzuki, the heart of the Cubs order when we come back. Top 8, here we come. The Cubs down 1. Looking to tie or take the lead. Big top of the 8th inning here. Bellinger, Swanson, Suzuki. Bellinger with a big double last time up. Swanson brought him in. He's got 2 hits. And Seiya Suzuki, another hit, another multi-on-base game for him. As Bellinger swings at the first pitch and flies one deep to right center field. And it's a diving catch by Meadows. In the book, it's going to go as a F8. That would have been a double for Cody if that would have dropped. Big outfield, hit it well out towards right center, just hung up in the air for too long, just got under it. And if he pulls that, it's got a good shot to get out. And now a pitching change as they like the matchup. So they want to switch the matchup around with bringing a righty to face Swanson and Suzuki. Holton does good, though. And the inning's over. Or not the inning's over. We're going to take a break as the Tigers change pitchers. Tyler Holton does his job. He goes 1 1/3, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned, 0 walks, 0 strikeouts. And now the new pitcher is Tyler Holton, a left-hander. They bring in is Jason Foley, the right-hander, bringing a right-hander to face the right-hander, Swanson and Suzuki. 6'4", 218, 27 years old from Manhasset, New York. Last game on August 19th against Cleveland 3 days ago, an inning, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts, and he also got the save in that game. Last 10 games, picked up 3 saves, but a 5.23 ERA over that span, and in 10.1 innings, 6 earned runs. So let's see if Swanson, Suzuki can jump on him. There's 1 away here in the top of the 8th. So we now go to the bottom part of the order. It'd be really nice if you could score here because I do not like our chances if we have to have Candelario, Morel, Amaya lead off the bottom of the inning. That would not be pleasant, just the way that they have struggled tonight. Only 1 hit between those 3. Here is Dansby Swanson. Already homered tonight, and he's swinging first pitch, but he chased ball 1. Fouls it back at the plate. Dansby with a homer. 2 RBI single last time up. He's brought in 4 of the Cubs' 6 runs. Candelario has the other 2 on his 2-run homer back in the 4th. 0-1. Grounded hard to third, and another great play over there by McKinstry. And Swanson will walk back to the dugout. The Tigers' defense has just been ridiculous tonight. It's been so frustrating. And Torkelson able to pick that one as well. So now Suzuki comes in with 2 away. That one looked like it was down the line. Swanson hit it really hard. Too bad he couldn't have gotten under that a bit. Here's Suzuki with 2 away. We'd be big to get him on base for Candelario, who's hit it well a few times. Hit it well every time up. Flew to the warning track last time, homer, and reached on a hard hit Ayers first time up. 1-0. Broken bat blooper. It's a 2-out single for Seiya Suzuki. Stay hot, Seiya. And now Jeimer Candelario will come up as a go-ahead run. Really shed some wood on that one. He'll need a new bat, but he does not need a new swing because what's he got going now is working for him. Here we go. Tying run on first. Go-ahead run at the plate. Jeimer Candelario takes outside. Ball 1. Batting .270 with 18 homers. This would be a perfect time for number 19. The 1-0. Inside corner. Beautiful pitch from Foley for strike 1. Biggest at bat of the game here. (1-1). Candelario bats from the left side. He wants time, and it's granted from Jansen Visconti. Foley had already lifted his leg before time was called. So lucky to get the call there from by Candelario. Right on left matchup to the switch hitting Candelario, the 1-1. Jeimer smacks it the other way. It's fair. It's going to kick off the sidewall. Suzuki heading to third where he's going to be held. Oh my goodness. The stupid wall in the corner cost the Cubs a run. Candelario, though, hit it hard the other way. This game is tied if that sidewall. Oh my goodness. The sidewall just is so deep. Just sticks out so far. And he'll have to settle with it. But if that gets all the way into the corner, it's a tie game. Now Morel. Chance to give the Cubs a lead with a base hit. He takes strike 1 at the knees. Does he not have another big homer in him? 0 for 3. Strikeout, pop out, fly out. 0-1 count here. In the dirt. Good stop. How about a pass ball? That sounds nice. (1-1) upcoming on pitch number 10 from Foley. To Morel. Here comes. Christopher bounces one to short. And the inning's over. Come on! Another poor at bat from Morel. I can't take him anymore. Candelario, if he hit it 5 feet more to the right, the game is tied. Comerica Park. Weird dimensions costs us. This game continues to be frustrating, and the Cubs are going to need to have a huge rally in the night. Cubs are just yet to get a clutch hit tonight, and the unfortunate thing is Christopher Morel keeps coming up with guys on base as a chance to tie the game or give the Cubs the lead. It's not the guy you want up unless it's against the White Sox. Oh my gosh. Just a really poor effort from Morel on that at bat. Real poor. He had a bad approach. Took a good pitch to hit for strike one, which I don't mind him taking. But then you gotta hit hard somewhere. Cannot pound it straight to the ground or get under it. You gotta hit a liner or a hard grounder somewhere. That was just too easy. Cubs go 1 more with the Tigers, 4 with the Pirates, 3 with the Brewers, 3 with the Reds, 3 with the Giants, 3 with the Diamondbacks, and that goes into early September. So an important stretch coming up. Here's Jose Cuas. Came over from the Royals. 53 games this season. 3.83 ERA. He's been good over in Chicago. Cubs are down to the last 3 outs, but first, got to hold them. So it'll be Amaya, Madrigal, Horner in the inning. Nasty slider there. Check swing from McKinstry, say no-go. Cuas can be wild at times. Throws hard. Funky arm angle. McKinstry fouls it back there. One upstairs. Bad news for the Cubs. Giants lead the Phillies 3-2 in the 8th. There's strike 2 called. And the Brewers now trail the Twins 3-2. That is good news. The Reds still to play later tonight at 8:38 Central Time in LA against the Angels. 2-2. Whoa, he hit him. Oh my goodness, he hit him on the 3. He hit him on the 2-2, and the leadoff guy is aboard for the Tigers. Oh no. Amaya wanted it outside. Cuas went down and in. It moves a ton, but holy cow, that's the one thing you can't do. Oh my goodness. What are we doing, Jose? Inside ball 1. Cuas cannot throw a strike. And this game is completely in the Tigers' hands now. Inside again. Missed in the same spot. On Matt Vierling, who's now in. 2-0. Ball 3. Oh my goodness, no. They say he went on the check swing. That was down and in, nearly bounced. Vierling checked his swing, and they say he went around. Oh my goodness, the Cubs catch a break. John Bacon said he went. It didn't look like he did, though. 2-1. Runner goes! And he's safe. And the double play is now out of order, and that was ball 3. So now you probably just put him on and hope for a double play for Ibanez. This game's over. So over. David Ross says play on. Poor decision with Drew Smyly for David Ross. Another David Ross show. What a show the Cubs have put on. Drew Smyly, what a show he's put on. The bullpen again shows up, except for Cuas. So why are you putting Cuas in the game? Mark Leiter Jr. belongs in the game. Michael Fulmer belongs in the game. Julian Merriweather belongs in the game. Heck, even Adbert Alzolay, for all I care. You cannot put this guy in the game. He can't throw strikes. He's hit by pitch and now will walk. This is the huge game. Every game from now on is a playoff game. David Ross tomorrow is going to put out a crappy lineup against left-handed hitters. They're going to lose the series to the Tigers. They can't keep losing ground. They've got to keep gaining ground. Because the one time where they actually get a bit of a cushion in the wild card, David Ross just gets all cocky. He gives Smiley another chance. Everything's gone wrong from the tip. They could not hold on to the lead. There's so much that goes on, so much to talk about. And I really just don't want to watch this because it's about to get real ugly. Riley Green's going to pinch hit for Ibanez here. First pitch, strike one. That one's down and away in the dirt. 1-1. Double play would be nice here. Torkelson, always dangerous Spencer Torkelson on deck. Amaya, Madrigal, Horner coming up for the Cubs in the bottom of the inning. Ground ball, weakly to first. Flip to Quas, who covers the bag. And that's out number one. But both runners move up, and it's second and third now with one away. And it's a real deep hole, an even deeper hole. So Green did not hit it hard enough, but he does move the runners. The Cubs could not turn two, and now it's Torkelson. Strike one called. He struck out twice tonight. It'd be nice to make it three. Cubs infield obviously in here. In the dirt, 0-1. And now it's 1-1. Torkelson looking to follow up his 4-for-5 night with a huge hit. Give the Tigers some cushion. Oh my goodness. Quas cannot keep throwing that pitch in the other's batter's box. What a stop by Amaya to keep their deficit at 1. He hasn't been good with the bat tonight. But he's been huge on defense behind the plate. 2-1 to Torkelson. Amaya sets up inside. It nearly hits him. 3-1. Kerry Carpenter, the left-handed hitters on deck. Now you'd probably just throw a ball forward just to get that force in play. But do you risk it forcing the dangerous Kerry Carpenter? 3-1. He challenged them, and it's ripped foul against the netting. Can't hit it much harder than that. Luckily for the Cubs. Really far foul. A nice catch by a fan. Catching that one off the netting. Huge 3-2. Oh my goodness. What is that pitch? He tried to go back to that slider. In the other's batter's box again. I've never seen somebody throw such a bad-looking slider. And now the bases are loaded for Carpenter. Hit by pitch, walk, and now a walk is how the batters have reached. On game day, 2 of those sliders do not even fit in the screen. That shows you how wild Quas is. No mound visit from anybody. Just shows you how much David Ross thinks, oh, we got 30 games left. No big deal. He needs to start treating these as playoff games, but he could care less. He could also take Quas out of the game, but he's not going to. He could replace him with a lefty. Oh, wait, the Cubs don't have a lefty reliever. Base is loaded for Carpenter. First pitch swinging at strike one. They're all loaded up. One away. 7-6 Tigers in the bottom of the eighth. Cubs have continued to play down to their competition. 0-1. Popped him up. Foul territory and out of play. It's 0-2. Do not give in. Do not make a mistake and try to get fancy with that slider again and end up hitting him or throwing it to the backstop. Do something that you trust to execute. If only they could hear me in Detroit. Quas shakes something off. Comes set. The 0-2. Just missed a bit high. Good layoff by Carpenter. 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a walk, an intentional walk, and a hit for Carpenter on the day. Behind in the count, 1-2. Vierling at second. Line back to the screen. Vierling at second. Torkelson at first. McKinstry at third. Anxious fans in the building. A lot of Cubs fans at Comerica Park tonight. A game where the Cubs trailed 3-0, led 4-3, trailed 7-4, and now it's 7-6. The 1-2 once more. Way outside, it's 2-2. Pitch number 25 coming up for Quas. Now he needs to throw a strike. Carpenter looks in. Quas delivers. He hit him with the pitch, and the Tigers lead by 2. What did I say? Don't get fancy with the slider! He hit him with the slider again. Unbelievable. He's thrown 5 or 6 sliders. Every single one of them have ended up in the left-handed batter's box. Unbelievable. And guess what? Does David Ross give a care? No. He doesn't realize that he thinks, oh, we had half a lead in the wild card coming into the day. I don't need to take him out of the game. They can just keep scoring all they want. By golly. Tommy Hottovies finally gets on the phone. This game has been one of the most frustrating this season. 0-1. Line drive. Second for 1. On to first. There's your double play. Hey, maybe you should have done that to Carpenter. Cubs are down 2. Going to the top of the 9th. Oh, my goodness. I just want this game to end. Cubs are going to need 2 runs here in the top of the 9th inning. They gave up another one in the top of the inning. Or in the bottom of the 8th. Trail 8-6. Up and down game today. Game that the Cubs should have won. But you can't win when Drew Smyly starts. Can't win when you have an incompetent reliever you bring in the biggest half inning of the season. Alex Lane's the new pitcher for Detroit. Right-hand pitcher, 6'3", 197. Perfect inning relief Sunday at Cleveland. In his 51st appearance, he faces pinch hitter Miles Mastrobuoni. First at bat with the team since being recalled from AAA. He's batting a bombing .212. First offering batted down and in. Second offering in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Be patient. Just need any way on. Get it back to the top of the order. 1-1. Ground ball deflected off the pitcher, and there's out number 1. I would rather have... I don't care that it's a righty. I don't like David Ross playing... I'm not even going to say anything more because David Ross is a terrible manager. There's nothing else to be said. And I'm just going to move on. Because they aren't going to fire him. Because he won a World Series for us, so we aren't going to fire. Madrigal takes strike 1 right down the middle. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss on a pitch nowhere near the strike zone. Madrigal calls time as he's behind 0-2. Oh, 2 from Lange to Madrigal. Bouncing ball to third. Another nice play over there. Oh, he caught him out. He doesn't even have the ball. What just happened? First base umpire John Bacon called Madrigal out when the ball was like 20 feet in the air. It was a nice play by McKinstry at third, but what the heck? First of all, that's not even McKinstry at third. Who is that? Wait, that might be him. I can't tell. I have no idea what's going on. John Bacon called him out. Yeah, that's not McKinstry. Just a poor throw, and then Torkelson just could not bail him out. It's ruled a hit. Now Horner. Ball 1 low as he squared to bunt and pulled back. Time called by Horner. Horner's the tying run. Big hole on the right side. Grounded foul. On 1 again. Ball 2 just outside. 2-1. Strike 2 called. Horner right in a sweet spot, but he let it go by. It's 2-2. Opposite field approach is what you got to have here, Nico. Big hole over there. Fortunately, Nico could be the go-ahead run if Quas had not allowed that run in the bottom of the inning. Strike 3 called! A fastball right down the middle, and Horner takes it for strike 3. What else are you looking for there? You got to be sitting fastball. The at-bats continue to get worse for the Cubs. I shouldn't say right down the middle, but it's middle, right at the knees. That's like the perfect pitch to hit. I don't know how you lay off that. Fans on their feet at Comerica. Here comes Happ, first pitch swinging, foul ball. Not a bad crowd at Comerica Park tonight. 0-1. In the dirt. Madrigal goes to second. Tigers just let that happen as he doesn't really matter. One to Ian. Bouncing ball. And the game is over. Ian Happ will get him out of the 3-hole. The Cubs lose. They lose to the Detroit Tigers, and they are going to be back out of a wild card spot. This team just cannot put together a solid series of baseball. They lose game 2 here to the Tigers. Drew Smyly cannot be a starter. Ian Happ cannot be in the 3-hole. Jose Cuas cannot come in big spots. This team needs changes. David Ross needs changes. They better change it before tomorrow because you cannot lose a series against the Detroit Tigers. You're in a playoff spot. You're in a playoff race, I should say. This team needs to figure out how to manage, how to execute, how to hold a lead, and how to pick the right starters. Drew Smyly ain't it. Cuas ain't it. You got to put together the right lineup every day. And today, Haps does not deserve to be there. Morel does not deserve to be in the lineup. David Ross needs to fix it. Cubs fall to 65-60. The Tigers go to 58-68. We'll see how the Brewers game goes, how the Phillies Nationals game goes. But I can't watch too many more games like this. The Cubs are killing me. Even last night. Should have lost the game last night. Ridiculous effort against the Tigers. Play up to your competition, not down. Cubs lose 8-6 to the Tigers. Go, everybody.